from James Young in 7, Beth Hunter in 8 from Park Mains, and Rebecca Owens from Woodmill down there in lane number 9. Red cap in the centre belongs to Alicia Goodbrand from Ellen Academy. Again, no final in this one. Heat declared. Winners across the 2 heats.
And so the faster ranked swimmers will be in heat 2 in these 200 metre events, so it's for the first heat to really set a standard if they can, and lay down a marker for the second heat to try and beat. 3 girls in a line here. Amy McLeod, she's one of the City of Glasgow swimmers in lane 2, is now challenging the 2 girls in the middle, Elisa Goodbrand and Ava Kirkham, and they're going to touch at the 100 metre mark fairly close together.
Yeah, halfway point now. Very close at the turn there. Ava Kirkham maybe just with the edge of that blue cap. Just edging. Alicia Goodbrand started a very positive start there. Amy McLeod also going well. You said, Ian, in the early stages here, looks like the top 3 are away, but Ava Kirkham has come off that wall very strongly.
She has indeed, and she's wearing the first hat. That suggests to us that she's from the first team based out of Falkirk and Grangemouth, and coached there probably by Andrew Addison, who's the head coach of the first squad. She's pulling away now very nicely down this third 50. Also going well in lane 8 is Beth Hunter from Park Main School, wearing the Ren 96 cap. She's starting to catch up, challenging for that top 3. But no doubt now that having been close together at the 100, she's now 6 metres clear, is Ava Kirkham, going really well.
Yeah, very, very strong second half of this race from Ava Kirkham. It's, 3 swimmers all in a row. Amy McLeod finishing very well. Tegan Black coming into contention for the second or third position here. 3 swimmers at the top there, but they're not going to catch Ava Kirkham, who has swum this really well. The Grangemouth High swimmer looking to dip under the 3-minute mark for this one. Entry time of 2:57. She's improved that to 2:55. Great swim there from Ava Kirkham. That second half, very impressive.
Yeah, very good swimming to finish at 2:55 from Ava. Getting second place, it was Tegan Black by the look of it. Just got her hands on the wall ahead of Amy McLeod. Around about 3:02 were they? It's gone off the screen. So we'll just wait for the confirmation to come up.
Yeah, Tegan Black coming from a long way back there at the halfway point.
Yeah.
Again, she had a good finish. So a little bit of a technical issue there with the scoreboard. Not sure if there's going to be a disqualification or not. It's often when the screen goes blank, it's not good news for someone. Not always.
No, well, indeed, you're right. We've had a disqualification there. Rebecca Owens, unfortunately disqualified. We're not sure what that was for. But again, no doubt about the winner. That's a good time to set for Heat 2 to now try and challenge. We've got people ranked in the 240s here, but again, they're probably from short course heat swims. So it could be,
Yeah, well, outside chance
Yep.
of maybe sneaking a medal here for Ava Kirkham. We'll keep an eye on the times for this second heat. This is where the medals will be decided. Erica Watt from St Columbus in lane 0. Lucy McPartland, Auchterarder in 1. Ailey Robertson from Kyle Academy in 2. Sarah McNaughton from Watson's in 3. Charlotte Hardy from Wellington in 4. Ellen McPhee from Calderhead, she goes in lane 5. Rebecca Cole from Lark Hall in 6. Amelia Ray from St Columbus in 7. Cassie Wiper from William Wood in lane 8. And Megan Collins completes the lineup from Edinburgh Academy in lane number 9. In terms of the entry time, Charlotte Hardy and Ellen McPhee were the only ones in the 240 range, and well, Charlotte Hardy off to a good start.
Charlotte Hardy's off to an excellent start, well clear at the moment, picked up a 2-second lead down the first 50, going well in lanes 2 and 3 are Ailey Robertson and Sarah McNaughton. closely followed by Ellen McPhee in lane 5. And also, again, lane 8 having a good swim. That's Cassie Wiper, wearing the East Kilbride hat. One of the teams not too far from here, swimming for William Wood High School here today.
Well, it's kind of closing up a little bit as they come down to that halfway stage. 121.90 for Charlotte Hardy there.
Yeah, and Ava Kirkham turned at 125, but then put in a really strong third 50. So we'll have to see what happens here. It's lane 3 coming through really well now. That's Sarah McNaughton.
Sarah McNaughton taking up the running here as they come into this final turn. And again, another swimmer, as we saw with that first heat, with a very, very strong second half. And she has gone well ahead of Charlotte Hardy at this stage. And there's clear water between Sarah McNaughton and the rest of the field. She's going over there in 204.25. So Sarah McNaughton in with a great shout here, claiming gold. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to respond to this one.
No, 204. She's pulled right clear. She's 5-6 meters ahead of Charlotte Hardy, and Ellen McPhee coming back a little bit now in lane 5. But the Sarah McNaughton, the George Watson's School swimmer from Edinburgh, has this under control. She's going to get the gold medal. I'm pretty sure it's going to be faster than Ava Kirkham's time.
So into the final stages now. It is Sarah McNaughton who's going to take this one. Another great swim in the second half for this 200 breaststroke. She takes it in 246.97. It's going to be a silver medal for Charlotte Hardy in 251. And Ailey Robertson, 253.37, will be enough to claim bronze, just ahead of Cassie Wiper there in 254.17. But a great second half there. Sarah McNaughton, excellent swim there.
Really, really excellent swimming. 246 out in, I think, was she 122 maybe at the 100 meters. Came back really well. It just shows you if you want to be even at the age group level winning races, you've got to finish strongly. You've got to do the back half of your race, whether it's 100, a 200 or a 400. Your second half of your race has got to be really strong if you want to be successful.
Yeah, we certainly saw that with the girls in both heats actually. Ava Kirkham, I think in the end finished 5th, I think, so not too far away from the medals.
So, yeah. 5th or 6th.
5th or 6th, yeah. Maybe 6th, yeah. As we move on to another girls 200 metres breaststroke, this time for the 15-16 years age group. Kira Sterker, Kyle Academy in 0, Natasha Phillips in 1 from Webster's High School, Susan Orr from St Andrews Academy in 2, Isla Walker from Vale Leven in 3, Cara Johnson Watsons in 4, Kira Davidson from High School of Glasgow in 5, Imogen Collins from Taylor High School in 6, Emma Simpson in 7 from Fraserburgh Academy, Summer Innes from Whitburn Academy in 8, and Innes Donald from Edinburgh Academy goes in lane number 9. Again, 2 heats in this one. In terms of the entry times, Ian, this one promises to be very tight indeed, just less than 2 seconds separating all the swimmers.
Yeah, so we could be in for a good race. Kira Davidson doesn't want it to be close though. She's looking like she's going to take this race on, take the race to the rest of the field. She's got 2 or 3 second lead already after the first length. Looking really strong. So slowed down a little bit now, and maybe the field will come back to her a bit. But the others are all in a line with Kira Davidson out in the front.
And Collins, who got the touch there at the halfway point, but
coming into contention in second place.
Yeah,
30 meters to go.
Yeah, just increasing the stroke rate as she comes in to this final length now. It's halfway gone. A 25 metre mark there. So 25 metres to come now. Kira Davidson has swum this well. Entry time of 2:53. The clock just ticking over at just about 2:40. So she's going to be inside that entry time. It is a good finish in lane number 3 from Isla Walker. She's been chased by Susan Orr, but Kira Davidson is coming home, and she's going to touch just on the 2:50 mark there, 2:50.48. I've seen some good swims this morning already, and that was another good one from Kira Davison.
Swimming. Really good technique there from Kira. I was impressed with that. And swimming out for the High School of Glasgow. And that'll put the ranks for the Heat 2 are faster than that, but you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. It's a strong second heat, and but that's certainly set the marker for it. 2 minutes 50.48.
Yeah, Isle Walker to get third, just ahead of Susan Orr. Those two finishing strongly. Innes Donald in fourth position as the second and final heat in this age group. And now Sophie Smith from Nicholson Institute in lane 0, Katie Brennan from Cardinal in 1, Molly McLennan from Nicholson Institute in 2, Lucy Trotter from Watson's in 3, Nuala Gow from Turriff Academy in 4, Fern Crichton from Perth High School in 5. We have Lauren MacDonald going in lane number 6 from Lochaber High School, Sashka Wade from Glasgow Academy in 7, Molly Cannon from St Columbus in 8, and Robin Gargan goes in lane number 9 from Larbert High School.
Yeah, some very good breaststrokers in this field from Saskia Wade. Now, if this was a 100-metre short cross race, we'd be saying Saskia Wade would be the favourite. One of the City of Glasgow swimmers swimming for Glasgow Academy in lane 7. But it's long course, it's 200, and she's going to be challenged strongly by a number of other girls. Nuala Gow, Lucy Trotter, Fern Crichton, Amy Watson as well. They're all in contention here.
Yeah, an embarrassment of riches here in this second heat of the girls 15-16 at 200 metres breaststroke. Well, Sashka Wade went out very strongly, but she's now being just about overhauled by Nuala Gow in the top of those two yellow lanes. That's lanes 4 and 5, the yellow lane markers. And at the halfway point, Nuala Gow has gone over in first position, just about a second or so, half a second between her and Sashka Wade at the halfway mark.
Well, that's good splitting for the first 100. 117.9 for Nuala, 118.5 for Saskia. About 2 seconds clear of lane 5, Fern Crichton. And it looks like a strong third 50 from both Nuala and Saskia here. They've paced it well, they're holding on and they're digging deep. Nuala's just got the edge, pulling away slightly. It's going to be come down to the last 50 as to whether Saskia can put in a big finish and catch up the marginal lead that Nuala's just got now.
Yeah, Nuala Gow, that small lead is certainly not decisive at this stage as they go over that final turn. Sashka Wade, a good turn there, good underwater work, bringing her right alongside Nuala Gow here.
Yeah, there was a good splitting on about 42, 43 seconds on their third 50. Can they hold that now? There's going to be around 243, 244 if they do that, which will definitely be quicker than the first heat. Nuala's looking strong though as she comes into the finish, the last 15 metres, just ahead of Saskia.
Yeah, Nuala Gow holding that technique now into the final stages here. Looks like she is going to hold off the challenge of Saskia Wade here. It's going to be Nuala Gow, will be the skills champion. She touches in a time of 241.79, just ahead of Saskia Wade, 242.87. And the third spot, well, not sure if that time for Fern Crichton came up there. It could be Fern Crichton possibly. We haven't got a time for her, but no doubt about the top two, Nuala Gow and Saskia Wade taking that one. A real fight there, a real head-to-head all the way through, but Nuala Gow was the stronger.
It was really good swimming, 241, 242, both really good times for those girls. I know that's a personal best for Saskia, definitely there. She'll be delighted with that time, although I'm sure she was keen to win the race as well, but it went to Nuala. There's the confirmation. Fortunately, we do have a disqualification from Laura MacDonald and Lane.
Well, it does look like Lucy Trotter come up there to take the bronze medal. Yeah, Laura MacDonald, one of the reserves there in lane number 6. She unfortunately was disqualified there, but Lucy Trotter taking that bronze medal, 249.
Lucy from Heart of Midlothian Swimming Club just sneaked ahead there of Fern Crichton in that final 5 metres.
Yeah, Fern Crichton and Lucy Trott only just ahead of Kira Davidson on that first heat as well. Well, one and only heat of the girls 17-19 years, 200 metres breaststroke. Hayley Douglas from Beclair Academy goes at the top there in lane number 0. Hannah Mayo goes in lane 1 from Lindsay. No swimmer taking the start in lane number 2. In lane 3 we have Nicole Reynolds from DNA College. Yvonne Brown in lane number 4 representing Calderside. Shona Graham from High School of Dundee in 5. Daisy Wisely from Dingwall Academy in 6. Ellie Forsyth from Uddingston in 7. Ailsa Kellis from Balweary in 8. And Emma Kavanagh in lane number 9. Leading 2, Yvonne Brown and Shona Graham. I can remember it. Yvonne Brown over the last couple of years performing very well at these schools championships.
Yeah, Yvonne's one of the top female swimmers in Scotland across a number of events. Breaststroke, medley, butterfly. She's very good. Swims under coach Andy Figgins at East Kilbride Swimming Club, and today representing Calderside School. And she is the strong favourite for this race, and she always finishes strongly as well, so she's got a lead, and I would expect her to maintain that now in the second half of the race. Out in 1:15.6 ahead of Shona Graham, who turns at 1:18, and Shona's well clear of the rest of the field.
The one thing I do remember about Yvonne Brown over the past couple of years, she's always a very, very slight figure. She always competed against the bigger frame people like Katie Robertson, and she was always a lot smaller, but just shows the technique that she had.
Well, that's it. Technique is paramount, and it doesn't matter how tall or small you are. If you've got a good technique, you can swim fast. So technique trumps everything else really when it comes to swimming. You've got to get your technique right, practice it all the time, and you've seen it in the past with people like Hannah Miley, who's maybe not as big as some of her competitors, but because she's got such good technique and such good fitness, she can outdo people. And Yvonne Brown's a little bit like that as well, and pulling away here well clear now, maybe almost 10 metres clear of Shona Graham, who in herself is 10 metres clear of, I think it's lane 3 in third place, Nicole Reynolds.
Yeah, well, here comes Yvonne Brown. The school's record stands at 2:34.73. Not going to quite get that, but it's going to be very close indeed at 2:36.39. Dominant performance. Yvonne Brown is the school's champion. She is ahead of Shona Graham. She challenged Yvonne Brown in the early stages, couldn't keep pace in that second half of the race, and it will be, I think, Nicole Reynolds just coming in for third spot to claim that bronze medal. So Yvonne Brown, Shona Graham and Nicole Reynolds. But Yvonne Brown, another impressive performance here.
Yeah, it's a really good swim. I don't think it's her best time, but she'll be happy with a 2:36 here today at the start of the long course season. She's certainly technically very good, and was always in control of that race, never in doubt. And it'll be a good practice for her as she moves on to bigger races in the next few weeks. I'm sure she's targeting the Olympic trials in April as one of her main events, and she can certainly be a challenger to make finals at that if she's in good form.
Yeah, so this Scottish Schools Championship, we've seen already, we've got some of the top performers like Yvonne Brown, like Katie Shanahan, right down to the youngsters, the 12-year-olds. A real range of competitors here at the Schools Championship. Great to see. Presentations now taking place for those 200 metre breaststroke events. First one is the girls at 13-14 years. Bronze medal goes to Amy Robertson from Kyle Academy. Charlotte Hardy taking the silver medal position, and Sarah McNaughton with that gold medal. Swimmers come forward for the photographs, the all-important photographs.
Yeah, the customary photograph that'll no doubt get posted around the social media perhaps later on today, and take back to their schools, and so it's good. Often swimming doesn't get a lot of talk in the schools. Often football, hockey, rugby are the big sports at schools, but it's good for the swimmers to be able to go back to their school and say, look, I'm the national champion, I've got a medal at the national schools championships, and often they get represented with that in their assemblies or in their classes, so it's good for the swimmers to get this recognition.
Yeah, absolutely. Schools very proud of their swimmers. And as you said before, they are representing the schools now, not representing their clubs. Lucy Trotter taking that bronze medal. That great finish there from Lucy Trotter, just getting in ahead of Fern Crichton. Saskia Wade?
Saskia Wade, it was a great swim from Saskia, PB from her, but we're going to see her again later in the 100-metre freestyle. I don't think that's this session, but this afternoon or tonight. She's going again in another race, and I'm sure Nuala is as well, but I'm not sure if it'll be the 100 free. Maybe she's in the 100 breast. Very good breaststroke swimmer, Nuala.
Yeah, Nuala Gow taking that one from Turriff Academy. Nuala Gow. Another great swim. It's a nice head-to-head, that one, wasn't it? Saskia Wade and Nuala Gow, but Nuala Gow very strong in the closing.
She did just that.
Girls 17, 19 years. Nicole Reynolds taking the bronze medal. Shauna Graham with the silver medal. And Yvonne Brown taking that gold medal. Dominant performance, really. When they got into probably about just before halfway, you couldn't really see past Yvonne Brown there.
No, she was the strong favourite. She's very experienced swimmer now. Yvonne has competed, well, not just in the age group, but she's right up there when it comes to senior swimming in Scotland, and competed against a lot of the big names, so she knew how to handle that race.
I look forward to seeing Yvonne Brown in the big events to come this year. We look forward to possibly seeing her again here
later today, yeah.
Yeah. I think the swimmers maximum of 3 events. The swimmers can have 2 events.
They can do more in the regional heats, but you can only do 2 events. Well, the 13 and overs can do 2 events. The 12 and unders are limited to 1 50-metre race only. So they have to choose. Sometimes they might have raced 2 or 3 different ones in their heats, but then they have to choose which one they're going to go forward with. And it's sometimes a little bit of a guessing game as to which one might be the best for you, because you don't know which your rivals are going to choose either. So you can only go 1 50-metre race for the 12 and unders. That's deliberate in order to try and get as many 12 and unders involved in the competition as possible. It also gets more spectators and families involved. But for the 13 and overs, it's a maximum of 2 swims. You can choose which 2 from your heat performances. I think you have to finish in the top 3 in your heat, in your regional swim, and then you can be nominated for the national, but you decide which 2 you go forward for.
Yeah, tactics coming into play choosing these events, that's for sure. We are underway in this.
Right, anyway.
Oh, you're the expert, Ian, you're the oracle. Boys 13 years, 200 metres individual medley is underway. We're halfway through actually. Lucas Johnson from Robert Gordon's College going in 0. Peter Stark from Shawlands in 1. Luke Johnson in 2 from St Maurice's. We have Greg Hall, Bridget Dawn in 3. Finlay Nelson, Stranraer in 4. Robert Carlisle in Gordonville in 5. Owen Kilmas from Wick in 6. Lewis Gray from St Columbus in 7. Lewis Brander from Grove Academy in 8. And Jack Doherty Simpson from Bishop Briggs going in lane number 9. Well, we've had one of the swimmers pull up, maybe lane number 6 there. That leaves 9 swimmers still competing. Finlay Nelson from Stranraer Academy. Interesting, looking at the schools. We don't often know where the schools are from, but we've got swimmers from Stranraer right the way to Wick. So a nice spread geographically for this 200 IM heat.
Yeah, it's a big spread of schools. Bridge of Dawn, Bishop Briggs, Robert Gordon. So we know from Aberdeen and the north of Scotland all the way down here to Glasgow are involved in this. Lane 4 it is. Finlay Nelson holding on the freestyle, coming back nicely. Lane 2 is Luke Johnson. Lane 5, Robbie Carlisle, also in the mix.
2:34 there for Finlay Nelson, 2:34.94. I'd be pleased with that. Faster, almost a couple of seconds faster than his entry time. He is followed home in second spot by Luke Johnson from St Maurice's in 2:36.96, and Robbie Carlisle 2:38.50. So that will be the target.
I mean, that's good swimming for a 13-year-old, or perhaps even a 12-year-old who's going to turn 13 later in the year. Finlay Nelson from Stranraer, one of the better age group swimmers in Scotland at the moment for that category. 2:34 is a good time for 200 IM for that age.
We did see the disqualification in that previous heat. It was our swimmer from Wick, Owen Kilmas, who was unfortunately disqualified in that previous heat. Second and final heat for this boys 13 to 14 years 200 medley. Thomas Traynor goes in lane number 0 from St Andrews St Bride. Finlay Davis from Pennycook in 1. Adam Curry from Glebe Primary School in 2. Bailey McGinley from Braes High in 3. Alexander Robin from Hutchison Grammar in 4. Mark Scott from Balweary in 5. Kyle Mitchell from Inverurie in 6. Jake Gibson, Fraserburgh Academy in 7. Greg McVicker from Broughton in 8. And Adam Thompson from Kilmarnock in lane number 9. Well, out very fast there in lane number 7, Jake Gibson from Fraserburgh Academy. In terms of the entry times, 2:26 for Alexander Robin from Hutchison Grammar is the fastest entry time. But as you said, Ian, sometimes the swims from these regional heats might not be representative of what they do in the final.
No, they're not always the case, but Alex Robin, I know him quite well, being one of the City of Glasgow swimmers, and he's better at breaststroke and freestyle than he is at fly and backstroke, so we should now see if he can come through a little bit on the second half of this swim. I'm not sure of the relative strengths of the other swimmers. Lane 5 looks to be good at breaststroke as well. That's Mark Scott. He's going well, but it's still Jake Gibson who's out there with about a 3-meter lead with Mark Scott coming through.
Yeah, Jake Gibson holding on pretty well there. He had a very good first half with the fly and backstroke. I wonder if anyone was going to pull through on the breaststroke, but Jake Gibson looks pretty strong there. Fraserburgh Academy, Mark Scott from Balweary. He's coming through into second place, but Jake Gibson still with that lead, and Alex Robin in third spot.
Yeah, we're all down to the freestyle, see what these three can do. I don't think anyone else is in the mix for the medals here. It's all about these three, and can they race to the finish?
Well, they're almost in a diagonal line there as they come into the last half of this race. Jake Gibson really trying to hold on here. Mark Scott trying to come back. The Balweary swimmer is coming back on the Fraserburgh Academy swimmer. But I think Jake Gibson is going to have this one. He's in the red cap. He's going to be the champion here. He takes it in 2:25.05. He hung on very well there in the second half of that race. Mark Scott coming through for second position, just over a second behind. And in third place, it's Alexander Robin from the Glasgow Hutchison Grammar.
Yeah, again, the top three there have all gone well under 2:30, and that's, again, it's a good standard of 200 medley swimming for this age group. They're all 14 this year. 2:23 the winning time. 2:25, sorry, the winning time from 2:26 and 2:28.
Yeah, very good swim there from Jake Gibson. Took it out strongly and was able to hold on in the second half there. Excellent stuff. Move on to the 15-16 years age group. Fraser Baird in lane number 0, right at the top of the screen there. From Belclare Academy, Cole White from Watson's in 1, Claire McCain from Hamilton College in 2, Finlay Hay from Queen Anne in 3, Cameron Nielsen from Greenfields in 4, Brody Hood from Johnston High School in 5, Finlay Club from Hazelhead in 6, Lewis Sutherland from Thurso in 7, Kieran Hayes from Albin School in 8, and Ross Alexander from Bankery goes in lane number 9, outside lane, very tight as they go into the backstroke. Maybe lane number 4, Cameron Nielsen from Green Falls just edging it. 2 lanes across though, Finlay Club from Hazelhead. Probably those two battling it out for the leads. They come down to the halfway point, but as we said so many times before, in breaststroke, quite often the one that sorts them out in an individual medley.
Yeah, I mean, it's the slowest stroke. It takes up the most time in the medley. Therefore, in some senses, it can be the most important one because it can be the most decisive one, depending on how strong or weak you are at it. So you've got to play to your strengths for sure. And if you are good at breaststroke, make sure you're working really hard in this 50-meter section. And it's a close race. There's about 5 or 6 swimmers all in contention. The middle 4 are all right in a line right now.
Yeah, incredibly close race here as they come to this final turn. Looking pretty relaxed there is lane number 4, Cameron Nielsen. Just maybe being edged now by lane 5 and Brodie Hood, and Finlay Club actually in lane number 6 is the first one to the wall, but it's very, very close indeed, almost a second or so, just separating the top 4, all down to the freestyle, and it maybe is 5 and 6 going to battle this one out.
It looks like it's lane 5 with a slightly higher stroke. It's just trying to edge ahead. Lane 3 is coming back well, but still Finlay Club in lane 6 still involved here.
Yeah, Brodie Hood now in lane number 5 and Finlay Club closest to us in lane number 6. It's all going to be down on the touch now, but Brodie Hood will take it in 2:29.01. Finlay Club in second, 2:29.48. Well, just dipped under the 2:30 mark. Brodie Hood taking that one. It was very, very close. The breaststroke just brought them all together. Brodie Hood and Finlay Club were the stronger on the freestyle. 2:29.01, the winning time for Brodie Hood.
Yeah, and that's what often especially these age group schools races do. They bring people together. The racing is tough. People are very keen to set the standards and do their PBs and race for the medals, and it often brings out the best in people, and you get some really good racing. However, onto the faster heat now of the 15-16s. And another good racing prospect here. We've got 3 swimmers on the entry who are well clear on their entry time, certainly of the rest of the field, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Jack Murphy from Holy Cross goes in lane 1, no swimmer in lane 0 this time. Robert Burgess from Glasgow School of Sport in 2, Finn Bremner from Fettes in 3, Jake Kirkham from Grangemouth High School in 4, Owen Ray from Watson's in 5, Kieran Breckenser from Port Lethen in 6, Lucas Grieve from Larbert High in 7, Bishop McDonald from Hamilton Grammar in 8, and Struan Bennett from Kinross High School in lane number 9. On to the backstroke, and Jake Kirkham from Grangemouth High.
Yeah, Jake's another swimmer who swims for the first team, Falkirk Integrated Regional Swim Team, as it's called, with the coach Andrew Addison, swimming for Grangemouth, and he's one of the top swimmers for his age in Scotland. So it's not a big surprise to see him doing well here. And Robert Burgess, one of the swimming for the Glasgow School of Sport, but also he's a City of Glasgow Swim Team club member. He's pulled himself into second place, a good medley swimmer, but he's under challenge from Finn Bremner in 3 and Owen Ray, both Warrender swimmers, I think, in lane 5. They're going well as well. But
yeah,
no doubt about the leader here.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake Kirkham has got 2 or 3 body lengths between him and the rest of the field. 1:43 at that final turn, about 4.5 seconds advantage now. It's very close for the second position now. Robert Burgess, Owen Ray and Finn Bremner just battling that one out, but here is coming down to the final stages for Jake Kirkham from Grangemouth High. Looks like he is going to take that one. Coming back very strongly on the freestyle is Owen Ray from Watson's. Very good freestyle stroke here from Owen Ray, but he's not going to catch Kirkham, and it is going to be Jake Kirkham will take that one in 2:16.71. He's the school's champion. In second position is Owen Ray in 2:19.00, and it was close for third, but Finn Bremner will just take the touch for that third position there. And Jake Kirkham Well, he was being caught there by Owen Ray in the closing stages, but Owen Ray, well, just didn't have enough, and Jake Kirkham had enough of a lead to hold on for that one, and he will take the gold medal.
Yeah, it was, he had a 2:14, but a 2:16 overall is an excellent time again for that kind of age group, so I'm sure he'll be very happy with that result. Into the 17 to 19 years, just one heat of this 200 IM. Strong favourite probably in Angus Allison, the Warrender and Broughton swimmer from Edinburgh, going in lane 3.
We have 9 swimmers in this one. Finlay Bailey in 0 from Bill Baxter, Christopher Aitken from Strathallan in 1, Jack Milne from Harris Academy in 2, Angus Allison from Broughton in 3, Graham Baird from Beauclair in 4, Andrew Arthur from Ellen Academy in 5, Ethan Horn from Cathkin High in 6, Sam Chittleborough from Edinburgh Academy in 7, and String Kingdom from William Wood going in lane number 8. Well, like you said, Ian, Angus Allison, maybe one of the favourites for this one, swimming for Broughton today, and he is challenging for the lead with Andrew Arthur from Ellen Academy. A couple of experienced campaigners there in the front.
Yeah, they're very good, both these two boys, and are well clear, but Angus is a strong breaststroke and freestyle swimmer, so I'd expect him to pull away. And Angus, I mean, in fact, he broke the Scottish junior record at the Scottish Shortcross Nationals in December, breaking the record no less of Duncan Scott in the 200 IM short course, so he's already having a great season, and if he's beating Duncan Scott's records, then he's obviously pretty good swimmer. So again, the Warrender swimmer, coached by Kostas Kalitsas in Warrender through there in Edinburgh, and he's about 3 metres clear now of Andrew Arthur.
Yeah, breaststroke very decisive there for Angus Allison. Andrew Arthur now trying to hold on to that silver medal position. Graham Baird in lane number 4 is in possession of the bronze medal as it stands at the moment, but no doubt about who's going to take this one. A great second half of the race. Angus Allison can add the Scottish Schools title to his list of achievements in 209.29. Angus Allison takes that one. In second position, Andrew Arthur and Graham Baird in third spot, just ahead of Sam Chittleborough, who comes through for 4th place. But, well, as they went through into the breaststroke there, as you said, Ian, very strong second half of the race, and that's how it proved.
Yeah, I mean, Angus is so strong at the back end. His freestyle split there was, I think, 29, maybe even 28 seconds, and knocking that in at the end of a 200 IM is really good. Not many people do that, and he was pulling away all the way through that back end of that race, and very good swimmer. He'll be happy with that swim, I'm sure. I think he was racing last week for Scotland out in Geneva, and here today putting in another good performance. He's very consistent at the moment with his performance level, so good to see him doing well.
Yeah, a number of the swimmers have quite tough schedules these days, very busy travelling about major competitions. Angus Allison will take that one ahead of Andrew Arthur and Graham Baird. We did have a disqualification in that previous heat, and that was Christopher Aitken who was disqualified. But Angus Allison, Andrew Arthur and Graham Baird confirmed as your medal winners, and they will hop out of the pool. They'll have around about a minute or two to get their shirts on, get their breath back, get their shirts on, and we'll be on the medal podium very shortly, because it's the presentations now for the 200 metres individual medley. Start with the boys 13-14 years. Alex Robin from Hutchison Grammar goes on to the bronze medal position. Mark Scott from Balwearie. Some of the schools, we're not sure where they are for the schools. It's but I know where Balwearie is. That's in Kirkcaldy. That's near me.
Yeah, and Alex Hutchinson Graham, we know that's in Glasgow. So
And Jake Gibson from Fraserburgh Academy taking the gold. I'm sure we can guess where that would have.
yes, I think so. Yeah,
Good swim from Jake Gibson, though, wasn't it?
it was very good, very good.
Yeah, excellent start, and he hung on all the way through there to take that
A little
gold
bit
medal.
of a surprise based on you're looking at the entry times there and the rankings, but he did a great job.
On to the 15-16 years age group now. And excellent swim at the front of the field here, but Finn Bremner from Fetis winning a close contest there for the bronze medal position. He looks happy with his morning's work. Owen Ray from Watsons, what a good freestyle he had.
Yeah,
Excellent
both,
finish.
Both Warrender swimmers, those two, from the Warrender Club in Edinburgh. Different schools, but Jake there wearing the first top, swimming for Grangemouth High.
Oh, two Jakes in a row take the top spot. Jake Gibson followed by Jake Kirkham. And smiles all round for the medalists.
Yeah, very good swimming. And we got the 17 to 19s as well. It's fresh out of the water. Here they come.
And Graham Baird from Buccleuch taking that bronze medal position. Don't think Andrew Arthur's fully recovered yet, breathing a little bit heavy there. I don't think any of them have actually. A little bit of deep breaths there for Andrew Arthur. A good job there to take silver. Angus Allison is the gold medalist. These swimmers can enjoy their medals. They've got these commemorative caps as well that they're presented with. They'll go on to pictures taken, straight back down, have a little bit of a swim down.
Yeah, I'm sure all three of those will be racing again later on. We move on to the 100 metre backstroke for girls now. Starting with the 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah, moving through the age groups again. And this 100 metres backstroke again, 2 heats for this next event about to come. And again, it's heat declared winners. So the fastest times from the 2 heats combined will take the gold, silver and bronze medals. There's the lineup there. Natalie Cooper from Watson, Susie McNair from Linlithgow, Katie Barron from Beeslack, Catherine Renfrew from Perth High School, Ciara Hart from Bishop Briggs, Aileen McGregor from Boroughmuir, Amber Edgerton from Cults Academy, Talia Blackley from Mearns Castle, Ruby Galloway from Queen Margaret Academy, and Zoe Crawford from Braes High. I think we have all the 10 lanes occupied, no spare lanes in this one. First of the 2 heats for the girls, 13-14 years, 100 metres backstroke.
Quite a close lineup here, I think. Should be a good racing prospect. No clear favourites in this particular heat. Lane 0 off to a good start.
Yeah, it's Natalie Cooper from Watsons. He's edging it over the swimmers 3-4 lanes inside her, but the middle 2 lanes and those yellow lane markers, Ciara Hart and Aileen McGregor, Bishop Briggs and Boroughmuir respectively. Looks like McGregor might be first to the turn there, 34.61 at the halfway point.
Yeah, good first 50 from McGregor, but she's not that far ahead, and it's 7-8 swimmers all together and pretty much in a line as we come into the final 30 metres.
Yeah, Aileen McGregor looks like she's just edging this one, going well. 1 lane down from her is Amber Edgerton as well in lane number 6, maybe in second position. Lane number 7 as well, Talia Blackley going well. And also in lane number 3, Catherine Renfrew. But I think McGregor is going to take this one. It's very close at the end, 1:13.22, and right down there in lane number 9, Zoe Crawford, 1:14.23. Excellent swim there from Zoe Crawford from the outside lane, sneaking through into second.
Yeah, I mean there was 3 seconds I think separating the all 10 swimmers there, setting from 1:13 down to 1:16. That set the marker for Heat 2, although I do think we will expect the medals to be significantly faster than that in this lineup. We've got very fast entry time in lane 4 from Sarah Hill from Robert Gordon's College of a 1:05, so then it's a 1:09 on the entry from Erin Urquhart in lane 5, so we'll see what happens in this final heat.
Yeah, Grace Killis, Emma McCauley, Heidi Wren, Lucy Stoves, Sarah Hill, Erin Urquhart, Melissa Mainwaring, Millie MacArthur, Katie Rose and Lucy Atherton. That is the lineup for the second heat of the Skittles, 13-14 years, 100 metres backstroke. Sarah Hill very much the favourite. The record, Scottish Schools record, stands at 107.08, so that could well be under threat. Good start from Sarah Hill, Robert Gordon's College in lane 4.
Yeah, Sarah's off to a very good start. Bit of a spearhead, arrowhead formation here from the seedings is working out quite well. Second is Lucy Stoves and then Heidi Wren. They've turned just 1 second behind at 33, and it's Sarah Hill's pulling away, but it's anyone's race for the other medals at the moment.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 swimmers in contention for the silver and bronze medals here, but it looks like Sarah Hill is going to take this one from lane number 4. The only question now is, can she dip under that record of 107.08 into the final stages now? It's going to be very, very close indeed. 107.08 has just slipped by for Sarah Hill. 107.24, but she smiles. She will claim the title. She won't be too bothered about that record. She'll get the gold medal ahead of Melissa Mainwaring and ahead of Lucy Stoves, who were separated only by 0.17 of a second there, but a good swim from Sarah Hill.
Yeah, that was excellent. I'm not sure who holds the record at 170, but to get that close to it is very, very well done indeed, and she must be happy with that swim, I think, this morning.
Certainly a big smile there from Sarah. She took that one. It's very close for second and third as well. Well, the top 3 times faster than that first heat, so they can be sure that they are going to claim those gold, silver and bronze medals from that heat number 2. On to heat number 1 of the girls 15-16 years, 100 metres backstroke. Cara Mowbray in lane 0, Erin Hammond in 1, Liberty Blair in 2, Rosie Robertson in 3, Caitlin Coya-Gamble in 4, Lucy Alexander in 5, Lauren Taylor in 6, Emma DeVette in 7, and Maisie Stewart in lane number 9. We have Rose McLean, Maisie Stewart in lane number 8 and Rose McLean in lane number 9. One of the reserves getting a swim, and she's doing a pretty good job, the reserve here, and maybe is leading them all through the halfway point.
Yeah, it's very, very good start from Rose McLean. Swimming for Perth High School. 35.2. It's actually, in fact, Caitlin Coya-Gamble who's got the lead in lane 4. Turned at 34.5. Using a long, smooth stroke. Looking very efficient in the water. Going well in lane 1 also is Erin Hammond.
Into the centre lanes now and into the final stages for Caitlin Coya-Gamble, and also going very well. It might well be a challenge from Erin Hammond here in the closing stages, but Coya-Gamble just takes that one, and Lauren Taylor in second place and Erin Hammond in third spot. Well, that was a very close finish there. Caitlin Coya-Gamble thought she had that sewn up, but the other 2 swimmers finished really strongly there. But Coya-Gamble taking it 1:11.61.
Yeah, I think they're converting their times pretty well there from their short course entries. Some good swimming in the long course this morning already, and as we said, Coya-Gamble taking it at 1:11. But the second heat again, like the younger ones, should be much faster. We've got a great race in prospect here. Some of the best young backstroke swimmers in Great Britain in this particular heat. Some in lane 4, lane 5, Rachel Saunders and Holly McGill. They were swimming for Scotland last week in Geneva as well, so I would expect these two to be at the front of this one.
Yeah, Shannon Rolink, Ella Stevenson, Amy Shields, Anna Green, Rachel Saunders, Holly McGill, Sarah Coffey, Lauren Murray, Ashley Merson and Amira Chain. That is the full lineup for this second heat.
Excellent start from Amy Shields, the Milkguy Bearsden swimmer, racing here for Bearsden Academy. Sister of Alice Shields, younger sister, but Rachel Saunders has now taken this up. She went 104 last week in Geneva, so that could be interesting. She could get close to the record if she's swimming in that kind of form again.
Yeah, the record stands at 104.36, so we'll keep an eye on that time.
Certainly on by the first 50 split of 30.91. It's certainly possible to do it off of that. Holly McGill, the Heart of Midlothian swimmer, racing for Royal High School here, coming back at Rachel as she often does, but Rachel with the high stroke rate with 15 to go has got this, but Amy Shields is still up there as well.
Yeah, three swimmers all coming into the wall now. Rachel Saunders being pressed now by Holly McGill. It's very close now, but Saunders I think will take it in 104.58. Holly McGill in second and Amy Shields in third. Great contest between these three. Rachel Saunders just holding on for that one. 104.58 for Rachel to take that one.
Yeah, excellent backstroke swimming. 104, you know, at that age, 15, 16 years old, and both those girls only 15 this year, maybe only 14 at the current point in time. It's really outstanding to go 104 at that age, and you know, they'll be looking for brighter things this summer as well. They'll be targeting international junior selections, and we wish them all the best.
Yeah, great contest between those two. Well, as you said, Ian, Holly McGill came back there in the very closing stages, but Rachel Saunders had done enough in the early stages to hold on to take that one. One heat of the girls 17 to 19 years, 100 backstroke. Caitlin Rosie, Ava Simpson, Mary McDonald, Marie Woods, Ella Shields, Ellie Turner, Elaine Murray, Elise Fitzgerald, Rowan McGill and Ailsa Kellis. That is the 10 swimmers here. Ella Shields and Ellie Turner only separated by 0.01 of a second in terms of entry times.
Well, Ellie Turner is the fastest, better ranked swimmer on paper, but Ellis had the fastest qualification for this. We've just seen her sister get bronze, and can Ellis go one better or two better than that? But Ellie Turner is the leader at the halfway, 31.1, 3/10 ahead of Ellis.
Again, the record for this age group, 104.68, so that is definitely a possibility for the swimmers in the centre here. And Ellis Shields in
Simpson
4.
in lane 1 also going very strong here, pushing for the medals.
Well, Ellie Turner looks like she might just take this one. Ellis Shields just falling behind now, and Ellie Turner coming into the last 5 now. Is she going to be inside that record of 104.68? She is inside the record, 104.05. It is a Scottish Schools record and a gold medal for Ellie Turner. She takes it 104.05 ahead of Ellie Shields, and Elaine Murray coming through for third place, just pipping Ava Simpson in the closing stages.
Yeah. Obviously excellent swimming to break a Scottish Schools record. All these records are very historical, set only by high quality swimmers in the past, so anyone who gets one is doing really well. Ellie Turner, one of the best backstroke swimmers for her age in Great Britain. I think swimming, used to swim for Carnegie, maybe swimming out of Perth now I believe, so she'll be delighted to set the record this morning, I would have thought, from that, with that kind of performance.
Yeah, another record goes here today. And interesting about these Scottish Schools records, you can only set them here at the Schools Championship. They're championship records, aren't
they?
That's
right. So you have to do it on the day. You don't get all year to chase down an age record. It's just the performance on the day to break that record. Here we go with some presentations again. Back to the 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah, Lucy Stoves taking the bronze medal. Melissa Mainwaring Whitburn Academy taking that silver medal. But an excellent performance from Robert Gordon's College, Sarah Hill. And that great swim, she had to take that one. Watch out for her progress, that looked very impressive. That's the 13-14 years 100 metres backstroke medalist. The 15-16 year age group. Again, a really close race. This was a good contest between the three swimmers.
Some outstanding backstroke swimming from these three.
Amy Shields taking the bronze medal for Bearsden Academy. All smiles from the top two. Holly McGill from Royal High School. Really strong in the last few metres of that one, but Rachel Saunders had done enough. From Watson's, Rachel Saunders taking the gold medal. Just outside the school record. And there are your three medalists for the girls 15-16 years 100 backstroke.
Yeah, great job from those girls.
17-19 years medalists making their way now onto the podium. Again,
excellent swim from Ellie Taylor to win this, but bronze going to
Elaine Murray taking that bronze. Just upping Ava Simpson
at the finish there.
Yeah.
It looked like it was Ava's medal, but very strong finish from Elaine Murray to come through there.
Another medal for the Shields family. Ella Shields taking silver this time. And Ellie Turner setting that new record. Ellie Turner from Woodmill High School taking the gold in a new school's record time. What a good news.
In height there between those girls.
I was going to say good news for Woodmill High School, which was part of it was burnt down.
Is that right?
Yeah, last summer. So all the pupils have been spread about to different locations. So some good news for Woodmill High School from one of their pupils, Ellie Turner, taking that gold medal. Back to the other end of the pool, back to the 12-year-olds. These are always unpredictable, exciting races for the 12-year-olds.
Again, the nature of the qualifying, the fact that they can only do 150 metre each, these boys. We don't even have a full contingent here. We've got 7 swimmers and 7 swimmers. So
yeah, Caleb Simpson up there in lane 1, Connor Christopoulos, Alec McGregor, Sam Cool, Callum MacArthur, Josh Elliott and Aaron Machin. They are the 7 swimmers in this first heat, and it promises to be very tight, as these 12-year-old races often are. Going well there in lane number 6, coming through strongly, Josh Elliott from Dean Park with that multicoloured cap here. Looks like he's heading. Callum MacArthur from Jordan Hill in lane number 5. And it does look like it could be Josh Elliott who's going to take this one. 12-year-olds, 39.39, the only swimmer under the 40-second mark. 39.39, Callum MacArthur in second place and Sam Cool in third spot. But Josh Elliott,
very good swim from Josh Elliott. I mean, he was entered on 41.3 and he's got 39 seconds there, so he'll be very happy with that. It's going to certainly put him into the final. And it's a very powerful, strong technique he had for a boy who's not that tall, even for 12 years old. 7 more swimmers going in heat 2.
Yeah, Matthew Payton, Aidan Bruce, Lennox Doherty, Ewan Weir, Gregor Ross, Lewis Gibson and Finch Geary. Those are the 7 swimmers in the centre lanes. Ewan Weir and Gregor Ross.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more familiar with these two because they are City of Glasgow swim team members. and they're wearing the City of Glasgow hat at the moment, and these two are clear of the rest of the boys here. So very close between Gregor and Ewan coming into the last 7 meters.
It's very close indeed now. Just who's going to hit that wall on the stroke. Oh. It does look like it might be. Oh, Gregor Ross getting that one ahead of Ewan Weir by 3/100ths of a second. Wow, what a great contest between the two City of Glasgow swimmers.
And those two are going to go into the final with Josh Elliott from Heat 1, all on the 39 seconds. So we've got a good final in prospect there between those three.
Hey, absolutely. Callum MacArthur as well, lying in 4th position. So he'll be another one just over the 40-second mark, and absolutely anyone's, you would say.
Yeah, he could go anywhere. That. Looking forward to that one later on.
The girls already lined up on the blocks. More girls in this one. 2 full heats for this 12-year-old. Jessica Kirkwood, Joanna Calder, Rebecca Strachan, Hazel McCappin, Katie Towers, Phoebe Sampson, Kimberly Willis, Ada Broden, Adelina Gestamuka and Abigail Story. That's your lineup for the first heat. Again, one length of the pool for these 12 years and under, and again promises to be very close. The yellow cap, maybe Kimberly Willis from Kilmarnock Academy, is just about edging this one. Adelina Gerazimuka as well in lane number 8. It is very, very close indeed here as they come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 7 swimmers all in a row. But Gerazimuka, I think, is going to take it. She does take it in 40.75, and that was, what a close race that was when it's taken by the swimmer from Lundavra Primary School. And a good improvement on the time.
Yeah, very good improvement there from Andra Zelina. 43.0 on her entry, coming down to 40, and I'm sure that'll put her through to the final. We'll see what happens in this second heat. We've got a 39 on the entry time from lane 4.
Yeah, Abigail Thompson, Lauren Ferret, Millie Barton, Kaylee Chan, Alice Cumming, Madeline Patterson, Maya Smith, Macy Carty, Mirren Gibb and Alana Wilson. And it is Alice Cumming from Hermitage Primary School, 39.58. She's a swimmer with the entry time under the 40-second mark. She's just about holding on to a slender lead here, Hermitage Primary School, but also going well 2 lanes across. Millie Barton with that blue cap may well be challenging for the lead. There is the leader, Alice Cumming from Hermitage, but 2 lanes across. She may well just be getting overtaken now by Millie Barton at the end, and it is Millie Barton will take it, 39.15. She sneaked through there in the second half of that 50. Alice Cumming and Mirren Gibb also under the 40-second mark.
Yeah, good swimming. 3 people on 39. Let's see if they get through to the finals. There you go, 41.61 is 10th place. Anyone quicker than that is through. Millie Barton, your leader at 39.15. Another good final in prospect there later on.
Yeah, 12-year-olds. As we've said, often you get very, very close contests and often very difficult to predict. I'm sure there'll be some people qualified for that final. They'll go and speak to their team coaches and team staff and say, right, what can I do here? Did I do that?
It could turn around in the final. You never know with these youngsters.
We're on to a little bit older age groups now. It's the boys 13, 14 years. 100 metres butterfly. Daniel Hall, Jack Bath, Robbie Carlisle back in the water again. Joseph Robertson, Rory Webster, Harris Wishart, Callum Sinclair, Malachi Skinner, Alex Black and Sean Purcell. That is the first heat. Interesting that the fastest 2 entry times, Rory Webster and Harris Wishart in 4 and 5, exactly the same time, 1:14.62.
Those two are leading the way at the halfway mark. Lane 1 and lane 6 also right up there in contention.
Yeah, the leading 2, maybe lane number 5, Harris Wishart, came off the wall pretty well here. Jack Bath in lane number 1 from St Margaret's, maybe coming through, challenging for second position. And also one lane down from the leader, Harris Wishart, is Callum Sinclair. I think Harris Wishart is going to have enough to hold on here. Contest between 4 swimmers for second position, but Harris Wishart, 1:13.62 was his entry time. He's improved that to 1:12.03. And in second position was Callum Sinclair, finishing strongly ahead of Rory Webster.
Very good swimming from the top 3 to drop to 1:12 and 1:13. You can see on their faces they're delighted with those swims, congratulating each other in the middle of the pool there. I think we're in for a slightly faster heat in the second one. A very strong favourite in lane 4, Murray Dixon from Morrison's Academy.
Yeah, 1:01.56 for Murray Dixon is the entry time that he has posted, and that's just half a second outside the school's record of 1:01.19. Finlay Davis goes in 0, James Burnett in 1, Lewis Austin in 2, Scott Fleming in 3, Murray Dixon the favourite in 4, Kieran Lennox in 5, Ben Caldwell in 6, Finlay Nelson in 7, Adam Curry in 8, and Joshua Drainer in lane number 9. Middle 2, Murray Dixon and Kieran Lennox. Going ahead strongly, but it looks a very powerful butterfly stroke there for Murray Dixon.
Yeah, I mean, butterfly, obviously technique is incredibly important, but also strength and power can be the deciding factor, certainly with boys of this age, or boys of any age really. And if you're big and strong and you've got good technique like Murray Dixon has, it's certainly going to give you a big advantage. And Murray's pulling away 2 or 3 metres clear of lane 3 and lane 5. That's Scott Fleming and Kieran Lennox.
Yeah, and 28.85 at the turn, certainly giving himself a chance of challenging that record time. I think he's going to do the gold medal, definitely. That is sewn up for Murray Dixon. He'll come back to take the gold in 1:03.12, just ahead of Scott Fleming and Kieran Lennox. He was just outside the record, but absolutely no doubt about who was going to win that one. Murray Dixon dominant there to take that one in 1:03.12, and Scott Fleming and Kieran Lennox will be silver and bronze medalists.
Yeah, I mean, 1:01 is a good record time, but going 1:03 is that's still very good for age 14, perhaps even age 13. I don't know his exact birth date, but he'll be delighted to take the gold medal there.
Yeah, Murray Dixon taking that one for Morrison's Academy. On to the first heat now of the boys, 15-16 years, 100 metres butterfly. Fraser Baird, Seth Knox, Luke McKenzie, Andrew Lawson, Larry Samasevs, Jack Murphy, Russ Alexander, Fraser Claxton, Cameron Shaw and Kyle Gemmell. Kyle Gemmell going well in the early stages, right outside.
Yeah, I know Kyle very well. He's one of our Glasgow members, and he's just sneaked in for the qualification here with a 1:07, but he's taken it out very well at 30.4. He's in 3rd place, 4th place I think. The middle swimmers coming through now, all in a line, 5 swimmers right in the middle of the pool, and in lane 1, Seth Knox going very well from Green Faults.
Yeah, Seth Knox is under the 30-second mark at the halfway point, and he's coming back, and I think he might just sneak this one. Lane number 5, Jack Murphy coming through strongly as well, but I think it might be Seth Knox to take this first heat. It's very close on the finish. Oh, very good finish from Jack Murphy. Might have just taken that one. He spotted that one to perfection there. 1:04.77. Takes it by 6/100ths ahead of Seth Knox. And Fraser Claxton in 3rd. But what a good finish from Jack Murphy.
Yeah, Jack came through really well there. Just sneaked the win, setting the 1:04. And that'll be a good standard for this second heat to look for as well here. We have got faster entry times, but 1:04 is a good swim as we go into the final heat here of the 15-16 year boys 100 metre butterfly.
Yeah, final heat sees Nathan Peoples in lane 0, Callum Rose in 1, Scott Smythe in 2, Harris Harley in 3, Tom Robertson in 4, Cameron Gordon in 5, Ben Montgomery in 6, Archie Dixon in 7, Owen Ray in 8, and Cameron Craney in lane number 9. Well, could be a very, very tight race, this one. Tom Robertson 101.24 will lead them through the halfway point, but Cameron Gordon from Glenalmond not too far behind.
Yeah, 28.0, and several others on 28 point, going very well. Lane 1, Callum Rose is looking good. Lane 4 obviously doing well, Tom Robertson, and lane 5, Cameron Gordon in their lanes. 8 and 9 also looking very strong. That's Owen Ray, who we already saw earlier, and Cameron Creaney. They're going well. Owen Ray, good butterfly summer, coming through here to challenge for the medals.
Well, looks like Tom Robertson's going to take this one, only just though. Tom Robertson takes it just over the 1 minute mark in 1 minute point 38. And in second place, was it Callum Rose? I think it might have just been picked by Owen Ray by 4/100ths of a second. Wow, what a close finish for second and third position there. But Tom Robertson takes it in that time of 1 minute point 38. Owen Ray in second position, and Callum Rose in third. Oh, just over the 1 minute mark there for Tom Robertson. He'll take that title. He held off the challenge there. Close challenge. Owen Ray, we've seen him perform really well in his previous event, and he did exactly the same. It was a good finish in the individual medley. Excellent finish in the fly.
Always finishes races really well.
Boy, 17, 19 years, 100 butterfly. Mark Devlin up there in lane 0, Aaron Gray in 1, Alex Johnson in 2, Lewis Hammond in 3, Fraser Kelly in 4, Mark Innes in 5, Ian Rose in 6, Ethan Brown in 7, Rory Young in 8, and Ross Emery in lane number 9. The one and only heat here, 5 swimmers with entry times under the 1 minute mark.
Yeah, it should be pretty close as well. 3 people sent all in.
Like Fraser Kelly might just hold on here into the last stroke, and Fraser Kelly will take it in 58.58. He will take the title for Largs Academy. In second position, it is Mark Innes, just ahead of Ian Rose by only 0.17 of a second. But Fraser Kelly, he had the edge at halfway, he had the edge at the finish, but it was tough.
And he's one of the younger swimmers, who's at the bottom end of that age group as well. They're only 17, maybe going 16, turning 17 this year. And at 58.5 on a Saturday morning, long cross, he'll be delighted with that. It's a good performance. It's not even that far outside the competition best of 57.0. So, I mean, he could be back next year challenging for that.
Yeah, absolutely, and he needed that time to win that title, didn't he?
It was a close race. He was always going to be pushed hard by the 2 Warrender swimmers, Innes and Rose, and he held on very nicely.
So the boys' butterflies is over in a flash. We're right there for the medal presentations now. Kieran Lennox from Meldrum Academy taking the bronze medal there. Scott Fleming from Straven in the silver medal position, very close between those two, only 0.3 of a second, but no doubt about the winner, Murray Dixon. A really powerful butterfly stroke from Morrison's Academy, taking that in at 103.12. The dominated that one, winning that by 0.2 of a second, 2 seconds I should say. Murray Dixon just towering above his 2 competitors there, but he was very dominant in that race and taking that one clear winner was Murray Dixon. Move on to the next presentation now. This one was a little bit closer at the end, certainly very close for the silver and bronze. Callum Rose taking the bronze, representing Erskine, and Owen Ray from Watson's. Again, with that, I'm going to say trademark strong finish for Owen Ray there, taking another medal this morning. Another silver medal for him, 101.34 for Owen Ray, but 1 minute point 38. Tom Robertson, he led all the way. And Tom Robertson takes that one in just over the 1 minute mark, 1 minute point 38. And three very happy medalists again. And final presentation for this 100 metres butterfly for boys. Again, another good contest. We saw some good battles this morning already.
Yeah, this is an excellent race.
Ian Rose just missing out on the silver by 0.17 of a second. He will take the bronze. Mark Innes will be the silver medalist. 59.59, and just over a second in front is Fraser Kelly from Largs Academy. And looks really happy with that on the top of the medal podium.
Yeah, very happy to see. He's obviously came here to win the gold and he's done what he wanted to do and go home a happy man. Hope maybe he's in another race later on today and he can get another medal, so we shall see.
Yeah, looks very satisfied with his morning work so far. That's the winner of that one, Fraser Kelly. So still a few more events for us to enjoy as we go through this morning's session, Ian.
Yeah, we've got the girls 100 metre butterfly and then the boys 200 metre backstroke to come before we have those finals for the 12 and under 50 metre races.
Yeah, they'll be at the end of the session. The girls 100 metres butterfly now for the 13-14 years age group. Gemma Brown up there in lane number 0 from Dunfermline. Perry Scobie from Dollar Academy in 1. Georgia Reid in 2. Charlotte Thompson in 3. Safrina Machin in lane number 4. Athena Pierce in 5. Isla Waller in 6. Yasmin Taleb in 7. Abby Dure in 8. And Stefani Holiday goes in lane number 9. First of the 2 heats here, hoping to set the standard for the second heat to come. Lane 5 out well. Athena Pierce from Broxburn Academy. Looks like she's going to lead them through the halfway point.
Yeah, only swimming at the bottom end of this age group, one of the 13-year-olds. Athena Pierce looking excellent here. The technique really flowing, smooth, good leg kick, good rhythm to the stroke.
Yeah, very fluid for Athena Pierce here in lane number 5. Looks like she's going to hold on to this one. We'll keep an eye on the clock. 1:14.91. She may well be inside that. It's been an excellent swim here from Athena Pierce. She is going to come in now to the last couple of strokes here, and she will take that one in 1:11.32, an improvement of 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, really good butterfly from Athena Pierce. You know, her technique there doing the work for her, bringing her down from her entry at 1:14 down to a 1:11, and she looks like she's got the technique for that event to move on in the future as well. Obviously in the long course it's a little bit harder than the short course where you have the more turns technique of the stroke and holding it together. Just that little bit more important when you come to the long course racing. Sometimes sorts out the better swimmers from the others is how well you can hold that technique in the second half of your race.
Charlotte Thompson coming in for second place in that heat, 1:13.85, and Safrina Machin winning the very close contest for third between about 4 or 5 swimmers. Georgia Reid, Perry Scobie, Abby Dure and Gemma Brown very close to the third position there. No doubt about the winner of that one, 1:11.32 to win. I wonder what these swimmers in the next heat can do. The lineup for the second heat: Isla Toms in 0, Lucy De Grossa in 1, Sarah Gormley in 2, Stella McCarty in 3, Chloe Barron in 4, Alice Mackey in 5, Isla McDonald in 6, Madison Gallagher in 7, Emma Creaney in 8, and Lexine McCappin in lane number 9. Well, Chloe Barron fastest in terms of entry time, only about half a second from Alice Mackey. For Beeswax swimmer Chloe Barron and Watson swimmer Alice Mackey. And Alice Mackey has got the best start of the two in the centre lane, but also going well Stella McCarty and Isla McDonald as well, also going well on lane number 6.
Yeah, Stella McCarty's right up there at the moment. She's just recently joined the City of Glasgow, and she's a good butterfly swimmer, really strong, 30.78, just a fraction behind Alice Mackey, the Watsons swimmer in lane 5, coming down now with 30 metres to go. It looks like it's between these two.
Yes, Stella McCarty is trying to get back on terms now, but it looks like Alice Mackey might just have enough to take this ahead of Chloe Barron, only by 2/100ths of a second. Ashley Blythe goes in lane number 1, no swimmer in lane number 0, no swimmer in lane 2, so Ashley Blythe all on her own in this one. Emma Finlay in 3, Laura Frizzell in 4, Holly Simpson in 5, Katie Watson in 6, Iomi Falls in 7, Caitlin Tang in 8, and Hannah Lockery in lane number 9. Maybe first to show might be Katie Watson, possibly in lane number 6. In fact, lane number 5 just next to her, 31.76 for Holly Simpson from Old Macker Academy, but very, very close. Also Laura Frizzell from Gala had a very good turn there in that blue cap, bringing her right back into contention.
Yeah, very close race between the middle two here as we come into the final section. Technically looking good. Lane 5 holding her breath well. That's Holly Simpson trying to get the streamlined stroke. University of Aberdeen swimmer, but just taking the win, Laura Frizzell.
Yeah, a good time for Laura Frizzell there, 1:08.65. It's a little bit faster than her posted entry time. Holly Simpson also inside her entry time, 1:09.46 for her.
Yeah, 1:08.6. That's an excellent performance. That won't. I don't think it'll win the gold medal, but it will lay down a good standard for this second heat to get after.
Second heat sees Katie Campbell, Emily Cumming, Jory Horn, Natalie Jones, Lucy Grieve, Isla Yule, Faith Yuda, Nicole Flynn, Millie Milne, and Ellie McDougall. Again, the time for the record stands at 1:02.14, so I wonder if anyone can challenge that. Tough.
Well, if Lucy Grieve swims to her potential, then I would expect her to have a real good go at that record. She's already swam 1:02 this season. She's one of Britain's best young butterfly swimmers, the British junior record holder for 50 butterfly short course, which she set in December, and the Scottish record holder on a number of the butterfly events, and you can see here why that is. She's well ahead.
Yeah, Lucy Grieve now, will she challenge that record? Is she going to hold on for this gold medal? I think the answer to that is yes, because she is well ahead of the others in this field. Natalie Jones maybe in second position, a real battle for third. But here comes Lucy Grieve now. She's going to take this one by 3 body lengths. Is she going to be inside the record time? Very close indeed. She is inside it. 1:01.83. Lucy Grieve will take the gold medal in a new Scottish Schools record time. And what a swim from Lucy Grieve, and she had to do it pretty much all on her own, but what a swim, 1:01.83. She takes it ahead of Natalie Jones and Millie Milne.
Yeah, 2 Warrender swimmers coming second and third, but it's the Lucy Grieve from South Ayrshire swim team swimming here for Mar College and coached by Byron Sturker down there in South Ayrshire. She'll be really happy to set the new record time of 1:01, and 1:01 sets her up really nicely for some of the events later this season, where she'll be going for European Junior qualification, I'm sure.
Well, great performance from Lucy Grieve there. Final is underway for the girls 17-19 years We have Heather Brawley, Georgia Newlands, Louise Bradley, Alexandra Murray, Lauren Patterson, Rachel Grant, Rachel Gillespie, Annabelle Wright, Rachel McLeod, Adele McDade. And those are the 10 swimmers. In the centre, just about leading them, is Lauren Patterson from Shawland Academy. She is very close. Only followed by Rachel Gillespie though from Bearsden in lane number 6. Alexandra Murray had a good turn as well, but it is Lauren Patterson in lane 4 just edging it.
Yeah, Lauren's one of our swimmers at the City of Glasgow, and she's good to see her going well here. PB of 105, so she'll be trying to get close to that. It's pretty close for the other medals between lanes 3 and 5 and 6.
Lauren Patterson, though, looks like she is going to have this one. It's going to be goal for Lauren Patterson in 104.77. Excellent time for her. Rachel Grant in second and Alexandra Murray in third position. But Lauren Patterson, well, really good time there. 104.77.
Yeah, I think that's she'll be happy with that. I think I said her PB was 105. It might actually be a little bit quicker than that, but 104.77 to win that race was really good. Just a little bit of a glide in at the finish. She will maybe want to correct that the next time she swims it, but she'll be happy to win that race by 2 seconds ahead of Rachel Grant and Alexander Murray.
Well done, Laura Patterson. It's a very, very critical coaching comment there to the champion, but it's good to work on. Your coaches like to reinforce these. It's always onward and upwards.
Always striving for more. We always talk to the swimmers about the good finishes in training, and it's so important to get that right, because often the race comes down to how well you do that finish. Whether you're going for a qualifying time for a particular event or you're trying to beat a particular person, it's so important. Obviously the most important stroke of the whole race is the last one, and how quickly can you get those hands on the wall.
Absolutely, it's the one that counts at the end of the day. Isla McDonald, Stella McCarty and Alice Mackey taking the medals here in this girls 13-14 years 100 metres butterfly. Again, Alice Mackey showing some great strength here at the end of that 100 butterfly. Some of the City of Glasgow supporters in the background there.
I'm not sure they're waving at the camera or they're waving at their parents, but maybe they're waving at their camera.
Waving at the big screen.
Yeah.
The next medalists to come up are the girls 15-16 years 100 metres butterfly. Again, very impressive swim here.
Yeah, Lucy Grieve in great form already this season. Been setting records, all sorts of different records, and today it's another one, the Scottish Schools competition best time for 15-16-year-old girls.
Millie Milne, Natalie Jones taking the bronze and silver medals, but Lucy Grieve, well, Scottish Schools record for Lucy Grieve from our college. I just said Ian, another record to add to our list, and one certainly to watch out for this year.
Yeah, I think Lucy's, you don't break Scottish and British records without being very good, so great potential. If she can keep that going, she'll want to be looking, well, it'll be tough, but she'll be aiming for qualification for something like the European Junior Championships in Aberdeen later this summer, and she'll need to go down to London in April to the Olympic trials to do that, and I'm sure she'll, she seems to handle the big occasions well so far, so we look forward to her doing good performances, and hopefully we'll see her swimming for Scotland and Great Britain in the future.
Yeah, a number of the swimmers you could say that about today. We've seen a few of them already. We see the medalists for the girls 17-19 years. Alexandra Murray with the bronze, Rachel Grant with the silver, and the gold medalist, the champion, Lauren Patterson from Shawland Academy. These are your medalists for the girls 17 to 19 years 100 metres butterfly. So we've seen the 100 events. We move back to one of the 200 events now, and that's the boys 200 metres backstroke. That's the follow now. Backstroke wedges are in. The officials have organised them.
Got that sorted, yep. So
Been
we've got 5 heats of backstroke to go before we get to the finals. So 2 heats of 13, 14, 2 heats of 15, 16-year-olds, and 1 heat of the 17 to 19-year-olds.
First heat of the boys, 13, 14 years. Harish Wishart back in the water again. Adam Scott in lane 1. Evan Boyd in 2. Kyle Muirhead in 3. Jack Lorimer in 4. Alex Scott in lane 5. Jamie Gilchrist in 6. David Traynor in 7. Cole Morrison in 8. And Logan Jackson in lane number 9. 4 lengths of the pool for this 13, 14 years, 200 metres backstroke. One more heat to come, of course, so all about setting the standard for the heat to follow. Jack Lorimer and Alex Scott, fastest entry times, both in the 2:33 range, but Kyle Muirhead not too far behind in 2:34, but it is the centre two in those yellow lanes. That red cap of Jack Lorimer representing Ellen Academy, and the white cap of Alex Scott representing Dumfries High School. So southwest against the northeast here. Ellen Academy and Dumfries High School going head to head in this 200 back.
Yeah, good race prospect between these two. Very difficult race, the 200 backstroke in the long course pool. Very hard on the legs. Usually the legs get very tired in the second half. You've got to control your feet and your kick in that front half of the race. Because if your legs get tired, they start to drop a little bit. That only makes it even harder. So it's all about getting the balance just right. You want to be smooth and relaxed going through the 100, but not too slowly, and then building it down this third 50, and attacking it all the way down the last 50.
Well, it's a
clear
contest.
These two now.
Yeah, contest for first between the two swimmers in the centre, the pre-race favourites, Jack Lorimer and Alex Scott, and it's very close for the other places as well. Looks like Kyle Muirhead just about in third spot, but he is being challenged by Evan Boyd, and also maybe by the swimmers in 6, 7 and 8, James Gilchrist, David Traynor and Cole Morrison. But certainly stretching away now. Alex Scott used that third 50 to great effect there, and he's gone away now from Jack Lorimer.
Alex Scott has been swimming well in lots of age group events in the short course season, and he looks like he's transferring this nicely to a long course performance this morning here in Glasgow. Actually picking up his rhythm and his kick now as he comes into the final 15, well clear of the rest of the swimmers. Yeah,
he's pulled away very nicely. Alex Scott coming in to the closing stage. It's going to be a big improvement on his entry time. He touches in 2:27.18, around about 6 seconds, in fact over 6 seconds faster than his entry time, so he'll be delighted with that one. Jack Lorimer 2:33.34, almost bang on his entry time. He's in second, so he didn't swim badly at all, Jack Lorimer. But just that Alex Scott had a sensational swim there.
Yeah, it was really outstanding from Alex. As I say, he's from Dumfries. We see him at a lot of the meets. He swims really well, and you can see he's moved on very nicely into the longest. Now 2:27. If he was swimming in heat 2, that would already rank him about 5th place there. So that's a good standard already that these boys are going to have to work towards.
Well, the boys in that second heat, Liam Gorzinski, Kyle Wong, Leighton Barr. Oh no swimmer in lanes here, no Liam Gorzinski, so it's Kyle Wong in 1, Leighton Barr in 2, Thomas Ingalls in 3, Calvin McDonald 4, Lucas Brown in 5, Aaron Gilmurray in 6, Sean Griffiths in 7, Jack Simpson in 8, and Ethan Stewart in lane number 9. The target is a respectable 2:27.18 There's Alex Scott from that previous heat. Well, Calvin McDonald from Bucksburn. Entry time of 2:17.40, and that's inside the Scottish Schools record mark. Swimmer in lane 4. He's been headed at the moment though by lane 5, Lucas Brown. Started really well, 31.01 for the first 50.
Yeah, the Elgin swimmer. Good to see an Elgin competitor here in this event. Often produce some good swimmers up at Elgin, and Lucas Brown looks like another one of those.
Yeah, Lucas Brown around about a body length lead here. Calvin McDonald from Bucksburn, so it's the two swimmers from the northeast. We're fighting this one out at the front of the field, but Lucas Brown started really well here. Halfway gone, and he has a lead of around about 2 seconds or
well,
so.
Out in 105, he's certainly got on for that record if he can maintain that pace.
Yeah, 105.99 and 108.91 on his first and second position. Third place, it looks like it was just Leighton Burr, but the top two certainly weighing clear of the others, and the top one, now Lucas Brown, are weighing clear of Calvin McDonald on this third length.
Yeah, smooth long stroke. I'm hoping he can pick up the stroke rate a little bit down the last 50 and attack this record. He's slowed down a bit. He's got to hold his stroke and push on now, picking up the rate if he can, if he wants to break the record. 2:18.6, he's got to finish in 36 seconds down this final 50.
Well, his last split was 36 seconds, so he's in with a shout, but here comes back Calvin McDonald finishing a little bit stronger, and Lucas Brown beginning to feel the pace here, but I think he's got enough in the tank. He's going to win this one. In fact, he's going to win it quite comfortably indeed. Battle for third place, looks like it might be Kyle Wong, but here comes Lucas Brown now into the final stages now, and an excellent swim, 2:19.19 for Lucas Brown. A good finish from Calvin McDonald, but he did leave it too late, and it is Kyle Wong just getting the touch over Leighton Burr, but 2:27.18 from the first heat. Alex Scott may well take the bronze medal in that one.
Yeah, well, that's the first time we've seen that happen this morning. Someone from the first heat there putting it out there and ending up with a medal. That's what you can do if you're willing to go for it in that first heat and attack and push yourself all the way down the final length, set the standard, and he's done the job.
He did indeed. Alex Scott, he'll be delighted with that one, winning that from the first heat, and also delighted will be Lucas Brown.
Yeah, I mean, 2:19, he was entered on 2:21. Short course performance from his regional heat, and to drop to 2:19, he'll be delighted with that. Just outside the meet record. I think he just fell away a little bit at the end, off the pace of that, but a great swim nonetheless.
Absolutely, half a second outside that record time, so not far away at all. A good finish from Calvin McDonald as well to claim second position. Looked strong at the end there. Boy's 16 years now. And lane 0, Kyle Gemmell. Lane 1, James Clemenson. Lane 2, Lewis Hay. Lane 3, Sam Curry. Lane 4, Owen Carroll. Lane 5, Rhys Ferguson. Lane 6, Blair Wardlaw. Lane 7, Adam Ritchie. 8 sees Matthew Heasley. And 9, Lex Garrett. Those are 10 swimmers in this first heat. And Owen Carroll from Strathallan leading them through the first 50. It's all much of a muchness really for second position. Very close between all the rest of the swimmers in this field, but the leader is Owen Carroll. Maybe Sam Curry coming through a little bit strongly as well. One lane up from Owen Carroll, but Owen Carroll has a good few body lengths lead here ahead of the rest of the fields. They come down to the halfway point. Strathallan swimmer, well, I wonder if he's got designs on emulating what Alex Scott did in that previous heat, winning a medal from heat 1.
Well, he's having a go, isn't he? He's doing really well at the 100-metre mark. Taking it out there, Owen Carroll. Lane 3 starting to make a little bit of an impression as well. Sam Kerry from Perth. Possibly swim at the same club, these two boys, albeit Owen's at Strathallan School, where he's probably coached by Elaine Johnston up there. They've got a swim program. It's where Duncan Scott came out of Strathallan and Scott McClay, so produced some good swimmers in its time. And Owen's still going for a hill, although it looks like he's slowing down a bit.
Yeah, certainly a good pedigree that Strathallan have had over the years. Owen Carroll trying to continue that, and he's just about got the edge over Sam Curry, but Sam Curry has been closing back almost that entire previous 50 metres. I wonder if he's going to time it absolutely perfectly. Owen Carroll, well, we'll be able to see Sam Curry just out of the side of his vision, I'm sure. I suppose that's the advantage of backstroke. You'll just be able to see the chasing pack. Whether you can do anything about it is another matter. And Owen Carroll is just about going to hold on to this lead now, with Sam Curry in second position. The two pink caps are going to be in first and second, 2:25 and 2:26 respectively. And in third, it is Adam Ritchie, just ahead of Kyle Gemmell.
Excellent swimming from the Perth and Strathallan swimmers there.
So 2:25.
2:25 setting the standard for the second heat to go for.
So the second heat coming up now. Greer van der Meulen from Stirling High in 0. Lucas Grieve in 1. Robert Burgess in 2. Callum Dunn in 3. Sam Glass in 4. Ryan King in 5. Ewan Houston in 6. Cameron Palmer in 7. Ewan Duns in 8. And Jack Brown in lane number 9. Again, Sam Glass favourite for this one with that entry time of 2:14.49, but Ryan King not too far behind. You would think it might be a tussle between the two in the centre lanes, in those yellow lanes in the middle of the pool, lane 4 and 5.
Yeah, I would expect that to be the case here, and already Sam Glass off to a great start, very strong first 25 metres.
Yeah, really got out of blocks very quickly indeed. Sam Glass. Callum Dunn going well in lane number 3, and Ryan King can have to play a little bit of catch up as they come into the first turn here. Sam Glass with a big lead after 50, a couple of seconds almost an advantage. Jack Brown going very well right down there in lane number 9 to claim second place at that very early stage.
Yeah, Sam Glass certainly setting his stall out here, dominating this race so far, so with the intention to win the gold medal. Maybe he can even approach the Scottish record, although it is a tough time of 2:10. But he's on the kind of pace, if he could hold pace in the second half, he wouldn't be far away from that. Although it's going to be difficult. He's turned at 104.51, 3 seconds clear of Callum Dunn in lane 3 and Ryan King in lane 5.
Yeah, incredibly strong performance there for Sam Glass, and look like there's absolutely no one going to touch him now as he comes into this final turn. But we'll keep a little eye on the clock. It might just be out with his grasp here, that record time of 2:10.10, but he's absolutely dominating this one. It looks like he's going to win this one very comfortably. The real battle is who's going to get second, because Callum Dunn is just ahead of the likes of Ryan King, Cameron Palmer and Ewan Duns.
Yeah, Sam Glass, no doubt about this, he's going to win this. I think he's just going to be outside that record time, but the Burramuir swimmer is a class apart here, looking very strong. It's long, smooth stroke as he comes into the final 10 metres. The race is on for the medals though.
Yeah, into the final couple of metres now, a couple of strokes left for Sam Glass. He will take this one comfortably in 2:15. Second place, it looks like Callum Dunn might just cake that one ahead of Ewan Duns. It is Sam Glass, Callum Dunn and Ewan Duns in first, second and third position. So well done, Sam, a dominant performance there. And Callum Dunn finishing very well for second place, and Ewan Duns in third spot. So no doubt about the winner from the very early stages, and he really got out the blocks quickly.
He wasn't messing around, he was straight at it on the first stroke. and was never headed. Good performance from Sam Glass there. One heat to go of the 200 backstroke. This is the 17 to 19-year-olds.
Yeah, Felix Hale up there in lane number 0. Yasin O'Neill in lane number 1. Ross Errants in lane number 2. Ewan McDonald in lane number 3. Jack Munsey in lane 4. Thomas Coates in 5. Colin Massey in 6. Kerr Lumsden in 7. Jonathan Venter in 8. And Finlay Strachan in lane number 9. Second time this morning we've seen Jack Munsey in the pool. It was silver medal in the very first boys event of today. He's going to go one better here in this 200 metres backstroke.
Well, he is the best ranked 200 metre backstroke swimmer in this event by a significant margin, but Ewan McDonald, Thomas Coates, Conor Massey are all excellent backstrokers in their own right. Conor Massey particularly good over 50 and 100 metres. Can he step up here in the long course 200? But Jack Munsey, it is just ahead at the moment from Thomas Coates in the middle of the pool.
Yeah, Thomas Coates and Jack Munsey absolutely together here as they come down to the halfway point. Ewan McDonald and Conor Massey and Kerr Lumsden still very much in the mix. So 5 swimmers pretty much all together there. Thomas Coates leads them over with Jack Munsey in second place. I wonder if anyone going to try and make a move here. Also going well, Conor Massey holding on here, and Conor Massey maybe challenging for the lead here.
Yeah, Conor's been training very well. He's a Sri Glasgow swimmer, coached by Danielle Brayson here in this pool, and he's really challenging Jack Munsey and Thomas Coates now with 50 metres to go. It's all these three turn exactly together, less than a tenth of a second between the three of them. Who can take it down the final 50?
Oh wow, what a finishing prospect here. It's that pink cap of Jack Munsey really ramping up the stroke rate now. Thomas Coates now in second position. Looks like they've got the better of Conor Massey now. It's going to be a head-to-head again. Jack Munsey knows all about head-to-heads. He was on the wrong end of one of those head-to-heads earlier today. Is he going to be on the right end here? It's stroke for stroke here. Absolutely together. Munsey and Coates. And it goes to Jack Munsey by 3/100ths of a second. Wow, what a finish from Jack Munsey. You could not see it from the naked eye, but the electronic timing tells us that Jack Munsey is on the right end this time. He will take the gold ahead of Thomas Coates and Conor Massey in third place. But what a finish between these two.
Yeah, very close there. Only 3/100ths in it. All came down to that finish, proving again how vital it is to get your hand on the wall, get that last stroke as hard as possible, and not just touch the pad, but touch the pad with significant pressure as well. Make sure that you stop the clock at the earliest possible opportunity. Conor Massey held on for the bronze with a 2:12, and he was about several seconds clear of Ewan McDonald in fourth.
Well, a cracking race to finish the 200 backstroke there. That was an absolute sensational finish there from Jack Munsey. He's been, as I said, very similar to that 400 that we saw. The two swimmers heading for the wall absolutely together, but Jack Munsey got the touch there right at the end. Excellent swim from Jack Munsey. Move on to medal presentations now. Final set of medal presentations for the older age groups. Remember, we've got the younger age groups finals to come immediately after these medal presentation. I want to swim from this young man, Alex Scott from Dumfries High School, winning that medal. An incredible 6 seconds improvement on his entry time and winning the medal from Heat 1. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was a really good swim, and I hope he's happy with that.
Like Calvin McDonald taking the silver medal position and Lucas Brown taking that gold medal. Swimmer from Elgin taking it about 3.5 second advantage at the end of the day for Lucas. Great swim.
Yeah, it was excellent swimming that. I was really impressed with the way he went about that swim. long, smooth stroke, and he held it and kept his power going and stuck at it all the way.
Next presentation is for the 15-16 years age group. Swimmers just appearing on the, getting themselves sorted out. Bit of confusion there. Ewan Dons taking the bronze medal. Just winning the bronze. Close contest there with Lucas Grieve and Ryan King. Silver medalist was Callum Dunn from Kyle Academy. And again, another real dominant performance. Sam Glass from Burramure. We've seen some close races today, Ian, and we've also seen some races where they've been absolutely dominated by sensational swims.
Yeah. You know, it's been a very good morning swimming so far. Some really excellent performances. Been quite impressed, to be honest with you, with a lot of the guys who've been finishing up there in the medal positions, the way they've swam their races, the technical standards they were displaying. You know, there's a lot of positive commitment to their swims, and that's good to see.
Now, final set of medals. Cora Massey taking that bronze medal for Glasgow Academy. Thomas Coates, well, silver medalist this time, but only by 3/100ths of a second. That was the margin between Thomas Coates and Jack Munsey, and Jack Munsey taking a gold medal this time. Smile on the face of Jack Munsey. He's on the top spot this time.
Yeah, good job again from those boys. Jack Munsey, one of the better 200 backstroke swimmers in Scotland. And we go on to, we got 4 50-metre finals now. Backstroke and breaststroke for 12 and under girls and 12 and under boys.
Yeah, already had their swims this morning. And there is the lineup for the first final. The girls 12 and under, 50 metres backstroke. Emma Jupp, Irene Ferris, Ellie McNichol, Caitlin Reid, Isla Dobson, Phoebe Arbuckle, Isla Witten, Isla Gilmurray, Miriam McConnell and Molly Poyser down at the bottom. Very, very close here. With the exception of Isla Dobson, who swam 35.58, everyone else in the 37-second range.
Yeah, so well, it's a matter of whether Isla Dobson can repeat that. If she does, she's likely to win the race. Or is it a case of, can anyone else on the 37-second range step up to challenge Isla and drop that time down?
Well, Isla Dobson will start as favourite, that is for sure. Can anyone challenge? She has a good 2.5 advantage over the rest of the field in terms of qualification. She goes in lane number 4. That light blue cap next to the red cap of Phoebe Arbuckle in lane number 5, and a good start also for lane number 3. Caitlin Reid going well in the early stages, but Isla Dobson just about getting into a stroke now, just about pulling through into the lead. Caitlin Reid is still right there. Ellie McNichol in lane number 2 as well, trying to challenge, but it does look like Isla Dobson maybe just with the advantage here ahead of Caitlin Reid. One lane up from her. Ellie McNichol as well, but it is going to be Isla Dobson will take this one. She stretches for the wall. 34.98. Isla Dobson will take it. She is the Scottish Schools champion. Caitlin Reid in second, and Irene Ferris in third, just winning the bronze medal by 1/100th of a second from Ellie McNichol.
Yeah, I mean, most of the girls in that, certainly the top 5, all improved their performance from the heats, and you know, you can't ask much more than that. If you go fast in the heats and then go faster in the final, you've got to be happy no matter what position you come. And it was so close after Isla coming in at the 34, the others are coming in on 36 seconds. It was such a tight finish there. But good swimming, very good swimming. And we'll now see what the boys can do.
Absolutely. Thomas Pritchard goes in line 0, Declan Clay M1, James Geddes in 2, Lewis Stevenson in 3, Corey Phillips set a new schools record in qualification, he goes in 4, Oscar Churnside in 5, Ethan Collins in 6, Toby Willock in 7, Tom Jeffords in 8, and Aaron Drake in line number 9.
Well,
So Corey Phillips
set a record in the heats, didn't he?
Yeah, 33.40 for Corey Phillip. I wonder if he can follow that one up. Another record here in the final. This is where it counts. This is where the medals are decided. And goes in that centre lane. Oscar Churnside alongside him. Corey Phillip had a big advantage after the qualification heats. Wonder if anyone can pull out something special here in this final. Corey Phillip and Oscar Churnside pretty close in the early stages here, but up and into the stroke, Corey Phillip, like really high turnover here, really powerful stuff for Corey Phillip. Surely he's on his way to taking this Scottish Schools title. Also going well, Lewis Stevenson in line number 3, one line up from Corey Phillip, but it is going to be Corey Phillip who's going to take this one. The swimmer from Lawhead is going to take this one comfortably, and it is another Scottish record time for Corey Phillip, 32.93, a half a second improvement on what he did in the qualification heats. Lewis Stevenson in silver and Oscar Churnside with the bronze.
Yeah, really impressive swimming from Corey Phillip. 32.9 was in it. The record was 34 before today. He's dropped it to 33. Now he's dropped it to 32, and he was 3 seconds clear of Lewis Stevenson, who also swam really well, dropping another second off his heat time to get the silver medal. So fantastic swimming from those boys. Switches round now. We've got the boys 50 metre breaststroke 12 and under final.
There's the swimmers in this one. Connor Christopheros in line 0, Aidan Bruce in 1, Sam Cool in 2, Josh Elliott in 3, Gregor Ross in 4, Ewan Weir in 5, Callum MacArthur in 6, Matthew Payton in 7, Finch Geary in 8, and Lewis Gibson in lane number 9. 3 swimmers under the 40-second mark. That was Gregor Ross, Ewan Weir and Josh Elliott. The leading 2, Gregor Ross and Ewan Weir, just separated by 3/100ths of a second. Can anyone else step up here? Callum MacArthur not too far behind, may well challenge for the medals. But really, after the top 3, it's pretty close in terms of time, just a couple of seconds separating everyone. So Gregor Ross and Ewan Weir in those centre lanes. 2 yellow markers, the 2 City of Glasgow caps going side by side here. Started well, as also Josh Elliott, that multicoloured cap, one line up for him. Sam Coe as well in lane number 2. Absolutely everyone in contention here. Ewan Weir going well in lane number 5. The 2 City of Glasgow caps and Josh Elliott and Sam Coe coming in towards the finish here. It looks like it might be Gregor Ross who maybe just gets the edge in the final stages here. It looks like Gregor Ross is just about going to take it. He does take it in 38.66, just ahead of Josh Elliott and Ewan Weir in 3rd position there, but it was very, very tight, but Gregor Ross just had enough to take that.
Excellent swimming from Gregor Ross and Josh Elliott and Ewan Weir, all improving from the heat times, dropping into 38, making a real close race to that. It's fantastic to see that from those boys.
And that's really what you have to do, isn't it, Ian? You did 39 in qualification, you've got to step it up again in that final.
Yeah, you have to. If you have to find a way to do that, even if you are all out in the heats, you've got to try and learn from it and find an improvement, something you can get better at, whether it's the start or the finish or your technique in between, you know, and spot that wall at the end. And it came down to spotting that wall as to who would get the medals there.
Well, final swimming action of this morning. Stay with us, of course, for the presentations for these events. It's the girls 50 metres breaststroke, 12 and under. Kaylin Chan, Maya Smith, and the Zila girls Amuka. Millen Gibb, Millie Barton, Alice Cumming, Madeline Patterson, Kimberly Willis, Ada Broden, and Rebecca Strachan. I think again, really all to play for here. Millie Barton was the fastest from the heats, so that 0.2 of an advantage over Alice Cumming, but that's absolutely nothing. Comes to the final here. 4 and 5, Millie Barton and Alice Cumming, with Mirren Gibb, the only other swimmer under the 42nd mark. But a good start there in lane number 5. Very good off the blocks for Alice Cummings, giving herself a great chance here. Millie Barton playing catch up in the early stages here. They come down to halfway. Alice Cumming, that red cap, just leading Millie Barton with a blue cap. Mirren Gibb, a silver cap in contention now. It could well be Millie Barton coming through, just overtaking Alice Cumming now. Alice Cumming trying to come back with that red cap. Has Alice Cumming got anything left in these closing stages now? All on the finish now. It may well be Millie Barton will take it, and it's Alice Cumming takes it on the touch. Wow, what a finish, and look at her face, she can hardly believe it. Alice Cumming with her mouth wide open there in astonishment. She takes the title, 39.14, ahead of Millie Barton and Mirren Gibb.
Very, very close again. Alice Cumming and Millie Barton swimming extremely well there, 39 seconds. It was a tight race. All the way through that field, and it took her 39 to get the gold medal. Not as much of a drop in that one as we saw in the other 50 metre races there. Some girls similar on their heat performances and some a little bit slower. But a good morning of swimming.
It was indeed. A great way to finish, an excellent win there. And here's the 12-year-olds and unders. Irene Fellis from St Lucy's taking the bronze medal. This is the presentation for the 50 metres backstroke, 12 and under. And Caitlin Reid taking the silver medal there. What the favourite, the fastest swim qualification, she backed that up really well in the final. Isla Dobson from Hutchinson Grammar taking the gold medal. Really good swim from Isla Dobson.
Yeah, she's a great prospect there, doing very well. I think she's out of, she's swimming for Hutchinson's Grammar, yeah. Very good swim from her.
Now the boys, well, again, one of the impressive swims of the morning. We've seen a number of Scottish records, and this young man's got 2.
Yeah. This is outstanding from Corey Phillip, 32.9, 50 backstroke. I mean, it's a 50 metre race, he was 3 seconds clear.
Yeah,
you don't see that very often, even at this young age.
So Oscar Churnside with the bronze, Lewis Stevenson with the silver. But another Scottish Schools record, 2 in a day for Corey Phillip of Lowhead. And he looks, I'm not sure if he looks happy or not with his mornings, but he looks satisfied, you would say, wouldn't you? With his mornings. Well, there we go, a little bit of a smile there for Corey. Well done. Superb. 2 superb performances there. As you said earlier, Ian, he's really improved that record. It stood from the morning.
That, to be honest with you. 32.9 after going 33 in the heats. And, he rates up the stroke, but it's also a nice technical smooth stroke with a high stroke rate. And that allows him to get the fast time, no doubt. And he obviously works very hard in training as well.
A couple of City of Glasgow t-shirts on the podium.
Yeah, good to see these 2 boys getting a medal. Gregor Ross, the gold medalist. Ewan Weir picking up the bronze.
Yeah. Josh Elliott, the silver from Dean Park.
Yeah, Josh Elliott swam very well. He's a good, powerful stroke.
Yeah, and these are your 3 medalists, Ewan Weir, Josh Elliott and Gregor Ross in the centre. Nice cheesy grin there from Gregor Ross.
I mean, Greg will be delighted to win that race.
He certainly looks like he's delighted, yeah. And the medalist, the final presentation of this morning's session is that cracking race that we saw where Miriam Gibb taking the bronze medal for Belmont, and the silver medal, well, Miriam Gibb taking that bronze medal, silver medal now going to Millie Barton, and I thought Millie might just have taken that one, but Alice Cumming from Hermitage Primary School, she was open-mouthed at the end. She could hardly believe what she'd done, and Alice Cumming is the Scottish Schools champion in the girls 12 and under 50 metres breaststroke. She could hardly believe that she came back. She was behind going into that last stroke, but she must have just timed it to perfection.
She swam extremely well. Sometimes you don't know that you're doing that, and when you come to the finish you're not sure where everyone else is, so it's only when you look around at the clock that you see the result. So obviously she's going away delighted today.
Well, that is the final action of this morning's session here at the Brodie Scottish Schools Championship Session 1. And many thanks for your company. What's your highlight been? Your one highlight? If you had to pick one thing, what do you think it was from this morning's session?
I was